So I recently had a phone call off my landlord saying I had to come up to the shed and have a look at the tent because apparently it's got damn... This is going to be an episode. Welcome to What's Broken Now. Hello everybody and welcome to LMM. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing on the channel at the moment, how about giving this video a like and maybe subscribing to the channel to help us grow, and maybe consider joining the Patreon, because the Patreons are the reason I can keep going doing this and the reason that I might be able to fix this today. So I would appreciate that. As you can see, this has catastrophically failed. These tents, car tent things, are horrendously expensive. I had a look around, they're about 1,500 quid, certainly north of £1,000 to get a good one. This was a good one. It was donated by a friend of the channel who took pity on me and knew that I needed more storage. I've got a couple of projects in here, one of which you can just see behind me, that's a 35, which are being painted. I don't really want to show it because I want it to be revealed when it's all done and everyone go, ooh, look at that. But it's there, and there's something else, a Patreon exclusive vehicle hidden behind me as well, which is also being painted. So, yeah. So I guess the first thing to do is have a good look and inspect the damage. Well, it's become relatively apparent that the failure is that it's just, this is given up. It's a solid tear the whole way along. So obviously it's just taken the brunt of the wind. I mean, it's amazingly sheltered here. There's trees there. The shed itself is just there that blocks most of it. And the tree and house cover the other side. So there's a tiny gap, so the wind must have come at storm force just through entirely the wrong direction to hit this head on, which is stressful. The good news is tent number 2, that one there, where the expanded goes, because, you know, store more vehicles, that looks fine. So it is only this one, but this is completely and utterly life expired. This is very, very disheartening. I, as you know, have enough projects going on before I need to sort something like this, and this is yeah, brilliant. Okay, well, let's go onto the interweb, see what we can order, and see if, oh, there's a tree down there as well. There's a branch that's come down. Let's go onto the interwebs and see what I can order. As I said, I think these are like 1,500 quid now for a new one. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that getting a new cover for an obsolete one is going to be impossible. It will be knackered, or it will be just as expensive as buying a new one anyway, so I'll probably have to buy a new one. I wonder if I can buy one that does the whole length as one rather than 2. Who knows? No, I don't know. Yep. So I think probably the best thing to do for now is to try and get a tarpaulin up over this to at least keep the nice things that I have painting down there covered. Right, to the internet and to the shop. Also, I'm stood on top of Humpty. It's a useful vehicle, this. Not only is it useful at carrying stuff, it's also a good stand. It is now clean, or it was at least until I clambered all over it in my dirty boots. Ah, no, I spoke too soon. It's not terrible, but it has ripped the side off that, pulled the eye out. So that's floating around as well. It's not catastrophic, I suppose, because at least if I can patch that up, at least it won't be as bad, perhaps. And so it was off to the second closest screw fix, mostly because the nearest one to me and the shed didn't have everything that I needed. So off it was to the magic desk, where you can get all sorts of wonderful things. So, allow me to take you through my whole repair kit. I have 2 boxes of 4 ratchet straps, and then a massive, as big as I can get from Screwfix, 8 by 5 metre tarp, which hopefully is going to be enough to span all of this and at least just keep it waterproof until I work out what we're doing. Now obviously this is something that'll be a lot more easy to deal with if I had a pair of hands, but it's midweek, and yeah, it's, as mentioned, it's basically just me at the moment. So this is going to be challenging. Right. Why is this dirty when it should be brand new? Heavy duty, good. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I actually don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, it's massive. This isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. And I was expecting, but I was expecting easier than this. Possibly long enough. Right. Yeah, okay, it's maybe not going as well as I hoped. Am I making sound move? I don't know. Is this how it's meant to be fixed? I mean, I've got a roof again. I don't know how I'm going to secure this yet, but I have got a roof. Tucks down there. Now, it's not straight. That's the first problem. Am I going to have to fire this up and have it as a rolling ladder? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Step ladder, that's next stage. And I can go up here and see how it... Oh, that step ladder is not pleasant. Okay, let's see about grabbing one of those. Right. How on earth am I going to attach this? That is not quite straight, but if we suggest it like that, this is surprisingly resilient at the moment. Alright, so let's go here, and then I need to sort the other end. Do you want to be a really good idea at this point? Tape measure. So what I've learned from my concertina tape measure here is that 5 meters is about there, and that's too much. So this is 4 meters 80 long, let's say that. Goodbye tape measure. So that means that the 5 meter end is this end I've got around. So I'm the right orientation, but it's 8 meters long, which means I can hang it a significant amount over each side. So that's the next thing now, is to pull it across, hang it over each side, and get it vaguely balanced so it will be a complete roof, and then work on how on earth I'm going to attach it to anything. So this means I need to grab hold of this and drag everything kind of this way, until that's not down there anymore. Right, okay. I can do this. Yes, going well. This has not gone as planned. Okay, so what I have to do is to pull all of this across from over here and try and get it balanced up there. There's a tree in the way. That worked. Okay, that's vaguely what I'm aiming for. Right. Right. Okay, so this has taken an awful lot of a fine adjustment of shuffling back and forth to... Oh, it's fallen through in the... No, it isn't. That's fine. Nope, we're good. Of shuffling it back and forth to get to this stage, but I have now finally got it into position, which means I now need to work out how on earth I'm going to tie this down. Straps. Ooh. What do we have? Okay. Meant to be 5 meters long, so 2 together will make one 10 meter, which is enough to go over the top of that. Oh wow, you can see how much the whole thing's moved. The front down here, that should be in. These were tight. These were... So the ground anchors have moved with it. That's it has lifted right up in this corner. Anyway, my thought is that around that, under and over, and then all the way over, and that should tie it down. Having thought about this some more, I figured that actually it'd be best to put this down the bottom, because these, the hooks, are going to do less damage being up there than a metal scratchy thing. So it was at this point that Mother Nature decided that she'd lend a hand. No, we've not gone back in time to the beginning of this video. The wind caught it. It's all gone. I'm back to where I was before when I started this. Deep breaths, Lawrie. Deep breath. But I was almost ready to strap you down and make you a permanent feature. Come here. Come here. No, come this way. Not... Do as I command. Thank you. This was not helpful. Not in the least bit helpful. Right. This has not made things better. Tree. All we have to do is grab this bit over here and encourage that to do the same. Don't you dare. And you just sit there. Right, can you just stay there long enough for me to put a strap on? Right. That is going to hook around like that. That's going to go underneath like that. It's going to come out like that. It's going to let air in, but I can't do anything about that. Right. So next stage, get the thing up. Then that comes good. That's not what was meant to happen there. Hook this round onto itself. Pull that strap down. Comes in under there. This has to hook around exactly this corner. Then this comes all the way around. Feed this through. Come on. Don't you dare lift. Don't you dare lift. Don't you dare do this to me. That's held down. And what? Has that pulled that up? Oh, I see. This is... It has pulled that up. It's pulled the epoxy bracket up. Now that hasn't worked quite as well as I hoped it was going to. So plan B is, well, continuation of planning, I suppose. I'm going to chop this into the ring that's on the side of it. Like, you're going to go through. Oh, it does. That's perfect there. This is going to hook around itself underneath here, or even just hook into that down there. Yep, like that, and then that's going to go into there. And at least I can hold this edge down a bit better, hopefully. Good. I'll just tighten that later, but that's one, so another one over there. So it's going to go there, that goes there, and same again. This one goes in there, like. Right. So that's kind of there. And so I just need to do the other side. So after an awful lot of mucking around, I've got it up. That's over there. It's not particularly brilliant. There's a bit of tension to it, but not too much. Over there, you can just see there a strap going across at a horrible angle through the tent because I put too much tension and pulled the ringlet out. So realistically, I don't think this is going to survive any more storms. It will keep the worst of the weather off the stuff in here, which is good news. That makes me happy, but this is very much a temporary solution. It's a relatively expensive temporary solution, but it was a temporary solution. So yeah, I now need to work on a plan B of how to finance a new one of these. If you do happen to have one of these that you want to get rid of, or you know where there's one that needs a good home, yeah, do please let me know, because it's quite important. And maybe I can try and find a much bigger and better one that can go the whole length and hold everything in. Which will be another fun project for me to disassemble and reassemble this on my own. Be great. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this impromptu video. This wasn't what I wanted to release today, but this is what you're going to get, because by the time I've now finished this and got home, it will be a miracle if I can actually turn it around and edit it in the time that's left. So have this rather than what I was going to work on, and enjoy that hopefully next week. Thank you very much for liking the channel. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Please join the Patreon, because I could do with the extra income. Yeah, any suggestions on how to fix this properly or what to do would be greatly appreciated. So with that, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time, hopefully with a bit more upbeat and positive video. So following all that, we'll do a bonus will it start with Humpty. So reach through here, prime it manually a few times with a manual primer. Make sure it's in the cold start position. Lift this up, decompressor on. Swing it over a few times to get some fuel through. And now let's go.